made a hiring for a new coordinator.
We have.
After a bunch of no news and speculation forever, Tom Herman is taking way too long on this, in my opinion. But apparently,
we all knew who it was gonna be.
So we got one of them down. The other one still isn't out at the time we're filming this, and it probably won't be out when it comes out because Herman is just taking forever with it, and it resulted in the loss of a commit. But that's another. We'll talk about that in a minute. But Tom Herman has hired Chris Ash to be our defensive coordinator and take over for Todd Orlando for next season. I don't think he'll be in for the bowl game, but after that, it'll be his defense to call and grow and develop and hopefully make him a lot better because it was bad at times this year. So Chris Ash comes over from Rutgers. He was the head coach there. He went like 8-32. But
let's forget about the Rutgers
part. That's
just look at him at Ohio State.
Yeah. Could he have done? I mean, he did what he could there.
You look at Rutgers, they're at inherent disadvantage talent with the rest of the Big Ten East. It's just not fair. They should not be in a power conference, and especially being in the toughest division in all of football, the Big Ten East. That's just not a good situation conducive to winning anything. And I mean, it was the head coach. You can't really call it defense as the head coach. I mean, I don't know if he called it defense or not, but either way, you see head coaches just not as good when they're not.
Look at Charlie Strong.
Yeah, look at Charlie Strong. Like even Gary Patterson, his defenses have been more suspect whenever he became the head coach and stopped calling defense. So what you look at is his time at Ohio State and Wisconsin. Yeah. We're going to let's say the positive things about the hire first of all. Whenever he's at Ohio State and Wisconsin, of the 5 times he was a defensive coordinator, the 5 seasons, 4 of those teams resulted in a top 25 defense, total defense. So that's good. Yep. If we had a top 25 total defense,
check.
That's cash.
That'll help.
With that said, a lot of the things that the schools that he was at, he inherited great situations. He was a product of Urban Meyer. I mean, Urban Meyer is going to have a great team no matter what he rolls out.
You're going to be successful.
Yeah.
If that guy's your boss.
And, but I mean, all of his stops, the defenses did make jumps the year that he arrived, big jumps. I'm talking 70th overall to top 20 overall or top 25 overall. So in that regard, it does have a good track record of coming in to mediocre defenses and lifting him up. The thing is, our defense is not really mediocre. It's just kind of just really bad. And
the talent's there, so that's which gives me a little bit more hope.
Let's be real. The injuries really hurt it. When we got everybody back healthy, it was helped a lot of a better product on the field. So hopefully we can stay healthy. And naturally, our defense was going to take a step forward this upcoming season, just based on returning experience.
That too.
We're not losing any seniors besides Malcolm Roach and Brandon Jones. So I think short term this might be a good hire for next year. I don't know if I like it going forward because, we begged Tom Herman. We tweeted from our Texas Platinum account as soon as he fired Todd Orlando, please don't hire one of your friends. Please don't hire the Rutgers head coach.
Yeah. And we saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah, and he did it
from the beginning.
And maybe he is the smartest guy in the room. Maybe Tom Herman knows what he's doing, and he's making the right hire that's aligned. He always talks about alignment. So hopefully this is a good aligned hire. But, what are your thoughts?
Well, let's just be real. He was the second choice, all right? We're not the first choice. We wanted Scally, or however you say his name, who were playing this bowl game. So, look. Do I think I want? Of course, I want him to be succeed. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I see a lot of people touting him as the savior, and I don't know. I just want to pump the brakes a little bit. He's probably gonna average to an above average hire. You know what I mean? He has the track record. Has a little bit of question marks just because we don't know if it was fully on him. But I think. In every situation, he has inherited a really good defense. And I think, obviously, we're not a really good defense, but he's inheriting a good group of guys that he's going to be with for at least 2 years, or at least most of them will. And
a lot of juniors.
A lot of juniors. People, guys that are going to want to work for him immediately.
Sophomores, yeah.
So I think he has a lot he can work with here. I'm really interested. I'm not too sure. Did he use 3-man fronts? 4-man fronts.
So he's changing it up.
Yeah, that'll be new. Might be a good thing for us.
And he was a defensive backs coach, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be good for
He
our
likes
team.
a lot of press quarters, which is, I I don't know if it'll work in the Big 12, but I like that he likes to press a lot.
Yeah.
He hasn't given much room as we were giving.
Yeah.
Because we played so soft this year, and I was done.
Yeah. You want to comment on anything else?
Oh, yeah, sure. Do you have anything
no,
else?
No, I was...
Okay. Yeah, like we said, it's a pretty solid hire. Guy's pretty respected in terms of teaching defense. I heard that, like, he has, like, videos that he sells, like, on the side. He's like, this is how you teach defense. So
yeah.
I
like that.
And I've heard.
He's a young entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Belongs right here in Austin.
You got a Mensa and entrepreneur.
Right. So if you're selling videos of yourself coaching, like, you obviously either you got a really big head or you are pretty good at and it could be both. So we'll see on that end. And what I've heard is from Ohio State fans and people that are a part of Ohio State really kind of praise this guy for teaching defense and teaching tackling, which is great because our team cannot tackle very well. So I like that.
Urban Meyer had really strong praise for him. So
yeah.
I mean, that's a great endorsement.
Supposedly, Ohio State wanted to keep him too. So
right.
I mean,
yeah.
They
offered him.
They thought it was gold. Maybe we got gold too. I don't know.
So in the end, not a bad hire by any means.
No.
Guy is pretty solid all around. The reason why we don't crap on Ash or anything like that, but what we wanted to see was Tom Herman truly, look through all the options, maybe even go into the NFL and look around, because Texas is the type of school to where we don't really have a money problem, so you can money whip basically anyone and just throw it out there.
I'm not saying it was going to work.
Fine. Yeah. Look at the biggest guys in the business. Just go after them, money whip them, see if they'll bite. It didn't seem like he did it. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. The reports aren't really there for it. But, so that was a bit disappointing. And, I mean, like, historically, like, whenever we do, like, go after big time, especially on the defensive side of the ball, like, most notably, Muschamp, that has, like, worked really well. And then whenever we don't go after big time guys like Muschamp and we bring in,
Major Applewhite.
Major Applewhite or
Vance Bedford.
Yeah, Vance Bedford. They've been epic failures. So history wise, I don't know. Right. And what I hear a lot is that, elite coaches hire elite assistant coaches. Mm-hmm. The fact that Tom Herman hasn't hired an elite coordinator yet, and probably definitely won't with this offensive core. Well, I guess you don't really know.
The offensive coordinator thing that makes me real shaky about Herman's reputation.
The fact that we haven't gotten those big names, and he didn't bring any big names with him from Houston into Texas, concerns me, and that's, to me, is showing like Tom Herman believes that I'm that elite guy, so I don't need to bring in elite talent, which could very well be the downfall of Tom Herman. But we will see. We don't want that, obviously.
And I hope that's wrong.
But
I'd rather not restart.
I'd rather not restart. Yeah, please.
Right. We've done that too many times.
So, I mean, I guess that kind of segues into like the OC. We missed out on Graham Harrell. He's going to stay at USC with Clay Helton. Joe Brady, that's not going to happen.
No.
I feel like they're just going to give him a raise at LSU. And if it does happen, I don't think it's confirmed extension yet. But
nothing's signed.
Nothing's signed, but there's also no movement. Right. So unless from what I've heard that CDC and Herman are trying to keep this like as under wraps as possible, but I don't think that's that possible.
Yeah. Considering that we play LSU next year too, that also, even though that I guess written in the law is like allowed, that I don't know. It really sounds like Coach O is not in any way.
He's not gonna have that.
He's not gonna allow.
I mean, and it looks like
Brady to leave.
I mean, Graham Harrell at least considered it, but the reports is that Tom Herman didn't want to give up that much.
Yeah, you left out the that's what I was gonna say.
That was the big part. Didn't want to give up that much power or control over the offense. And I was starting to think about like if I was a head coach, I just hire the best people. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
then you win and you have a job.
Stay around. If I'm not the
get
elite
most of the credit
coordinator,
anyway.
I'm definitely going out and saying like, okay, you come do your thing on the offense, and I'll I'll be the statesman. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Herman maybe doesn't want to be the statesman. He just wants to be the guy calling the shots, but it might hurt us.
It's frustrating because, like, he says in an interview, like, a week ago at the Alamo Bowl press conference, like, I want to be the CEO. I want to be hands-off and have a person that can just call the plays for me that I can trust. And I want to hand the keys over. That's what he really said.
Do it. Harold was down.
And then Harold was literally all set, based on reports that I read in, like, Orange Bloods and 247. Harold, there was no hold-up on Harold's side. The hold-up was on Herman's side, people trying to encourage Herman to give up control of your offense to implement this new system that's clearly working at North Texas and USC, and it's just like creating stat-breaking numbers. But Herman didn't want to do it. He's married to the power spread, and I mean, I understand what he's saying. He believes the offense isn't broken. It really isn't broken.
It really isn't.
It was top 15 S&P, I believe, or top 15 total offense. It's just really lacked creativity at times and became way too predictable down the stretch.
It seemed like the play calling was more of the issue than
the players are there.
Else. Yeah,
the production was there.
Talent's there. Like, I mean, you saw the LSU game. Like that was what we thought was going to be a blueprint of the rest of the season, where we were just completely. I mean, the only thing that could stop us was cramps and ourselves. So.
Also, I was thinking, do you think the hiring, the potential hiring of Graham Harrell had anything to do with Bijan? Like, Graham's the more passing oriented.
I saw a theory about that.
Yeah, I don't know how true that would be, but I mean,
it
makes sense from Bijan's point of view. Like, you would join a team that just hired an air raid guy. So I mean, that's why I was kind of hesitant. Like, in the hypothetical world, don't know if this is true. Would you rather keep Bijan and the power spread, or just go full on? Which I don't know. I feel like they could have made it work.
But if you get Graham Harrell, you keep Quentin Johnston probably.
Exactly.
Right.
And we lost Quentin Johnston.
Yeah.
But maybe you could find a coordinator in the middle like Chip Long, who I like a lot, that can maybe satisfy both. But you got to do that all promptly. The fact that tomorrow, like, we're filming this the day before National Signing Day, and there's still no OC name, not even any smoke on any certain guy, and like Harrell's gone. Like, we don't know anything, and these 18-year-old kids are going to sign their life away at University of Texas tomorrow and without knowing their offensive coordinator. Hudson Card's going to sign, not knowing his offensive coordinator. Jaquindon Jackson too, probably. So
it's not good.
And hopefully Bijan. So the fact that Herman has just gone about this, I understand going through the process all slow and really methodically, like vetting everybody and finding your best guy to save your job, but you got to do it sooner than this. Like, this is just like concerning at this point. Like, you're gonna lose. Like, the class is beginning to like really sputter, and it's on the brink of. Like, if for somehow Bijan was to sign with Ohio State tomorrow, it'd just be game over. Like, Herman, get out of here. Yeah. So Herman needs to really expedite this process and just really narrow it down. Do you want me to comment on a few guys that I like?
Go ahead. You probably know more than me on this. Definitely.
Yeah. So what we're hearing now is a lot of Rhett Lashley, the coordinator at SMU, offensive coordinator. I mean, they've had a great offense this year. Done great things with Shane Buechele. He was at Auburn with Malzahn. Yeah. But Malzahn kind of micromanaged him, so that didn't really work out. But he's a power spread guy, like I said, and
did SMU run a power spread though?
Yeah, it was like a variation of it. I mean, it wasn't exactly like ours. They passed a little bit more. Yeah. But I mean, that offense was electric, and
it was.
I mean, he's in Texas, so he knows those ties. So Rhett Lashley, I wouldn't hate. But Chip Long's also out there. Yeah. He was dismissed from Notre Dame, which is surprising because they've had like top 15 offenses the last 3 years. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's turned Ian Book into an incredible quarterback.
Dismissed this year?
Yeah, just like a few weeks ago. I mean, I guess
Ian Book had a great year.
I know. Like, I don't know what Notre Dame's expecting, but
not good
so
enough.
Chip Long, he kind of fits with that balance of pass and run, power run, spread it out and throw on you that Herman would like. I've heard his name mentioned, and the Oklahoma State coordinator, Sean Gleason, he came over from Princeton. He was really known for having really cool, just like weird schemes, like cool misdirection plays. Yeah. Like, he's really...
We could use some of that.
Yeah. I'm all down for misdirection.
He's really innovative and creates really fun, like, just different plays. And, I mean, look what Chuba did. But apparently Mike Gundy had his hand in a lot of that offense. So, I mean, it would look different if he was here, and we wouldn't have to. So Sean Gleason. And the last one that I wanted to touch on, this is the guy that I really want. It came out like today, a new name, Mike Yurcich from Ohio State. He's the passing game coordinator over there. But more importantly, he was the offensive coordinator at Oklahoma State like the last 7 years until this year. He was the one that made Mason Rudolph like have crazy numbers. Justice Hill, all the Biletnikoff winners.
Yeah.
That Oklahoma State offense has historically been fantastic, and he's been in the Big 12. I'm sure Oklahoma State. He's definitely recruited Texas. He's at Ohio State now. Justin Fields is going off, and he's the basket game coordinator and QB coach. I think that'd be a great hire. I think, and the consensus on like the sites, everybody would love that hire. That would be a splash hire that we want, and it would be in line with the good balance of passing and running. So I think Mike Yurkich from Ohio State, passing game coordinator, is the guy that I want a lot right now. That's like my number one. I do not want Major Applewhite. I do not want the Kansas State offensive coordinator. That would just be terrible. So hopefully Herman makes the right decision.
Coordinator.
Yeah. I mean, there's still a few good names on the board, like I just said. So
who would your number 2 be?
Probably Rhett Lashley and then Sean Gleason. I like Rhett Lashley. I think that'd be a seamless fit, and I think that he would really complement what we have right now. I don't know about long term, but I think it would be a good hire.
All right. Yeah. The last name that you said, I really like. You sold me.
Mike Yurkich.
Yeah.
I mean, he's at Oklahoma. All those studs they've had.
But that's where we are right now. We're just kind of like, that guy sounds nice. Like, we need someone now.
It's all speculation. Exactly. It's been like
Tom
this
Herman
since.
Know him?
Yeah.
That would help. He was an Ohio State guy, so maybe there's something there.
I don't even think, speaking on Major Applewhite real quick, I don't even think Del Conte would allow that to happen.
Good.
Because there's like been skeletons there, so.
Yeah.
And that'd
I'd be happy not to have.
We don't want Major. We've done that before, and no. So, and he's got beef with Ed Oliver and his players over a jacket, so we don't need that. We need a players coach, definitely. So
yeah, we do.
And hopefully a good
Especially
receivers coach to nurture our boys who've been bamboozled by Drew Maringer in the past. So I mean, we're just waiting, man. It's just I'm checking the board every day, checking 247.
I'm waiting for the update, man.
Nothing's happening, so
been quiet.
Fingers crossed, and tomorrow signing day for us.
As soon as we drop this video, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's just inevitable. So yeah.
See if we predicted the right name. If it's Mike Yurkich, I want an award.
As of Tuesday,
checks over here.
As of the 17th at 7:30 p.m. No new news.
Yeah.
Yes. With that said, please subscribe always.
Please.
And we just keep watching. Bear with us. We're growing. So. Anything else, Trevor, Matt?
Have a happy holiday.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Have fun.
Maybe we'll see you there on New Year's Eve in San Antonio. Come on out.
Kind of, and just I assume what we're gonna shoot for is kind of like the same thing as last. Well, we started in off season before the season started, so. Sure, we'll have like recruiting videos coming up soon, or just
those were pretty popular.
More like college football news. I think we're trying to get more into that a little bit. But we'll have more off-season content. Probably see a little bit
spring ball
stuff.
Yeah.
It's the end of the year.
And equipment upgrades.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's
for
do
sure.
it.
We're gonna.
Yeah. Thomas, you have any final words?
Oh yeah, man.
For the audience.
Subscribe to help pay for the equipment upgrades.
Much needed.
We'll see y'all soon.
See you guys.
Bye.